Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, after carefully listening to Raila Odinga's statement, on this broad-based cooperation, because many knew very well that this signing of the deal was going to bring about a coalition government. But after carefully listening to the statement from Raila Odinga, it's as if William Ruto is being told that it's until you deliver to the requirements of the people, it's not going to be business as usual.
They say any madman can kick down a barn, but it takes a good carpenter to build one. We have agreed to help build a barn for our country, rather than merely kick down what we have. We have agreed to use our parties as a broad platform, bringing together various voices, opinions, and concerns to address the critical challenges facing the country through a formation that is truly national and inclusive in outlook. A core problem we agreed to prioritize is youth unemployment and resulting hopelessness that has made them easy fodder in political contests in which there is nothing tangible for them. In this MOU, we agree to embark on steps to realign the country's economic, social, and political priorities to address the youth agenda that has progressively fallen behind in the last 62 years of our independence.
I was listening to his statement, but towards the end of his statement, there's a point he mentioned there. This point, ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that William Ruto is not off the hook. Maybe that's why I think I tend to agree with Dan Manzo, who at one particular time said maybe Raila Odinga just want to stay there until 2027. Then he might decide to throw his weight behind Maraga, throw his weight behind Kalonzo Musyoka, throw his weight behind whoever is going to vie, one that Kenyans will be in agreement with. But again, ladies and gentlemen, that is up to you to just comment below in the comment section whether you think that is what Raila Odinga is planning. Because after listening to his statement, what he has said there, he mentioned that this is not a coalition. And it's because it's not a coalition, it means they might go until 2027, but then decide to end this deal. I mean, the deal is if Ruto decides to deliver. But if he gives stories, then most likely ODM will walk out of this deal. So in a nutshell, this deal has its own conditions. So before we go further, please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like this video. It's so important because when you like this video, that is how YouTube shares a video to many other people. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because that is how our channel grows. And to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Many people are castigating Raila Odinga. I've seen memes almost all over. Memes that Raila should go back to Bondo. I mean, because he is helping William Ruto, whereas Kenyans want William Ruto to fail. So he should just go back to Bondo. I've seen other messages from other people who think that Raila is doing the right thing, that he's literally trying to do what someone else would have done as an elder because that is a government in place. So he's merely trying to help the government in place do the right thing. So there are people who have divergent opinion on Raila Odinga. I don't know about you. Just tell us below on the comment section whether you think what Raila Odinga is doing is okay. Is it justified? Is it what people want? What do people want? If you were to pose that question to me, I'll tell you that what people want right now is that Raila Odinga should not help William Ruto. That is what people want. But of course, there are those loyal supporters of Raila Odinga who think he's doing the right thing, because based on Edwin Sifuna's statement previously, he said that politics is all about power. parties is all about power. Right now, ODM wants to gain power, by getting the advantage from the government that was elected by those people who elected the government. But there are those people who still believe that Ruto never won and that this presidency alimpokonya Raila Amolo Odinga. So people want Raila Amolo Odinga not to agree or not to be in any cooperation with Ruto ili aishe. But I don't know whether based on this arrangement Ruto ata survive ama hata survive. I don't know. Just tell us below the comment section also whether you think Ruto ata survive ama hata survive. But people are saying that either Ruto, whether Raila signs or doesn't sign, hiyo haibadilishi anything. That Ruto alikuwa ataenda tu. So inamaanisha hata hii MOU amesign bado Ruto ataenda tu. I don't know, it's just a matter of time before that scenario ijitokeze. But as per now, what we know is that Raila and Ruto have signed an MOU. So I'd like to take you to a bit of this statement from Raila. I know there are people who didn't get time to listen to the statement from Raila. I want you to listen to this statement from Raila. This is just a short part of his statement.
At that time, I found when the two teams from the parties had worked out on some documents that they wanted to be signed, I told him I cannot sign the document until I've consulted our people, my people. So it took time. From that time, I went to Kisumu. I met with Professor. I met with leadership and elders in Kisumu. I went to Siaya. I went to Migori. I went to Homa Bay. I went to Busia, where I met with all the leadership from all the 5 counties in Western. Then I went to the coast. I was in Mombasa. I was in Malindi, in Kilifi. I was in Kwale. I came back. I went to Wajir. I came back. Yesterday I was in Kisii. I was in Narok. I was in Nairobi, here in this same building here with leadership of Nairobi. That's what you call random sampling. I think I managed to get the feeling of my people, my supporters. And that's the reason why I am today able and confident to sign this document. So I want to say this of note. Today, you have signed a memorandum of understanding between Orange Democratic Movement and the United Democratic Alliance. The cardinal goal of the MOU is to help ease the prevailing tensions in the country, reconcile the population, alleviate their suffering, and move the country forward by addressing the critical social, political, and economic issues our people are grappling with today. As leaders of the largest political parties in the country, we arrived at the understanding that in a time of significant changes and challenges to our nation, it is not enough to merely grandstand or stand aside and criticize, easy as those may be. They say any madman can kick down a barn, but it takes a good carpenter to build one. We have agreed to help build a barn for our country, rather than merely kick down what we have. We have agreed to use our parties as a broad platform, bringing together various voices, opinions, and concerns to address the critical challenges facing the country through a formation that is truly national and inclusive in outlook. A core problem we agreed to prioritize is youth unemployment and resulting hopelessness that has made them easy fodder in political contests in which there is nothing tangible for them. In this MOU, we agree to embark on steps to realign the country's economic, social, and political priorities to address the youth agenda that has progressively fallen behind in the last 62 years of our independence. Through this MOU, we commit to uphold the Constitution, the rule of law, and respect for human rights. Importantly, we pledge to tackle unemployment, cost of living, crippling poverty, inequality, and failure of the institutions that have been eroded by inefficiency and corruption over the decades, making them unable to deliver to Kenyans. We seek a more equitable country in which all peoples of all backgrounds are included in the enjoyment of socio-economic benefits and are equal members of one indivisible nation. All Kenyans must feel that they belong here by right and the right to access, without any form of discrimination, whatever Kenya has to offer. We commit to protect and to strengthen devolution as a machinery for ensuring a more inclusive development across the country. In this regard, we will be tabling a proposal that the unbundling of functions that has been recently concluded, counties should get not less than 450 billion shillings in the 2025-2026 financial year. We will also seek the faithful flow of funds to political parties, being vehicles for the channeling of hopes and aspirations of the people. We will use this platform to revisit the constitutional provisions on leadership and integrity, corruption in public life, fundamental freedoms like free speech, protest and assembly, and preservation of the rule of law. We recognize that many of the issues this country is struggling with are as old as the country itself. It will take mutual trust between leaders.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is what Raila Amolo Odinga said. So towards the end of his statement, you've actually listened to that part where he talks about not a coalition. So means William Ruto is still not off the hook, not off the hook yet. He can still be alone. I mean, this deal can only survive if Ruto stays true to it. And we all know some of the demands from ODM was the SHA implementation to be bettered, ama to be replaced with NHIF. But we also understand that Ruto had a position that hiyo ni ndoto. So just go below in the comment section and tell us whether you think this cooperation is going to last. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.